And we wanted some sex. Because we were just coming in the puberty.
Right.
You know what I mean? We was, just like the dogs. I got a little 6-month-old puppy right now, This little thing coming out, man. He trying to hit his system, man.
Right.
6 months, man. And we know they ain't supposed to make for at least a year or so, even a year and a half.
Right.
But right now, bro, he trying to get out.
Yeah,
Man. It's just the way it happens.
We always got to come to an understanding that the world that we knew before is not up to date. I don't care if you want to talk Bible verses, you want to talk esoterics. I mean, the earth is spinning at what's it called? You ever heard of the Schumann resonance? It's something. It came, of course, named after a cracker. In 1931, this scientist named Thomas Schumann, he came up with a theory, which is that it's true that the earth spins this way and it also spins that way. It's called the Schumann resonance, right? Yeah. So this past Father's Day of 2023, the Schumann resonance is normally at about 750, 760 megahertz, right? On Father's Day, which is, I can get even deeper than that. That was a sun. On Father's Day, the Schumann resonance spiked from 700 to over 2200 for the first time since it's ever been on record. You know what I'm saying? And so what that's letting us know is that things speeding up the elevation. You know what I'm saying? Our consciousness is raising up. You know what I'm saying?
The vibration and the frequency.
The vibration. Like everybody talk about, man, they feel like time speeding up. And I was with that for a minute, and I said, you know what? Time ain't speeding up. Our consciousness is speeding up. You know what I'm saying?
Because the lag of this deception is no longer. So
exactly.
So the illusion of time is also.
Exactly.
That's why when you think about people, they coming up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When your phone ring, you pretty much know.
No.
Because kind of the illusion of we going back to being it is.
Yeah.
And so the buffer between your thought process and is like you manifest. So that's why and here's the thing though. You manifest your good and bad.
Yes, you do.
And that's where it comes to purify the habit with a pure heart. You know what I'm saying? And so he's exactly saying because the collective consciousness, and this is for black people too, our collective consciousness is still stuck in the computerization of slavery. So most of our minds are still stuck on that. And that's going to be the burning. That's going to be the burning, that's going to be the crippling effect that's going to occur when the frequency is such that to where you cannot repudiate that this is the truth, but your carnal mind is going to say, it's like, and so that's what's going to cause people heart attacks, undue stress and stuff, because the whole world of illusion is going on. Like for example, this is the back, and I'm gonna tell you what, this is the most sweetest thing that I'm about to say to prove the quantum physics of what we're talking about in the metaphysical reality is that last year, me and this brother talked on some stuff. Hadn't talked on nothing since. And I told him I was with the program, told him blah, 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 blah. Ain't talked to him since. Seen him one time in passing, at the weed store, got his number, still nothing. Oh, shit. See, man, see, y'all gotta start saying, man, she live in action, man. You gotta start saying you live in action. Yeah, she got me again. She got me again.
That was last year.
Right, that was last year. So anyway, so now, look at this. Brother telling me about brother who got the farm. He ain't said Ken yet.
Yeah.
He telling me about brother got the farm.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, you got a farm too.
Yeah.
It's in Saranac. But he can't figure out if it's Saranac. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, here it is. We, in the dialogue, got the building to do the program.
Yeah.
Just talk to a child so we need, you know what I'm saying? So now we're going to have children to do, and look, all of a sudden, look, I ain't calling my brother, but the thing is convenient.
Yeah.
And now looky here.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying
we on the same wavelength.
that's what I'm talking about. So the delusion is as the frequency rise, it's not, so they can't hold, because deception and lie and truth, the deceptions and the lies is against the red shift, and the frequency's going up. It's with the red shift. So so ignorance can't even, it can't exist no more.
So,
You can't. It's like.
So let me ask y'all always something, black men. Do y'all really understand the danger that comes along with what's happening right now?
Right now, yeah, because here's the thing, because they war against it. But that's the whole thing, though.
I mean, no. Really, don't just say yeah.
No.
Do you understand the danger?
Yeah, they gonna start tapping phones and shit. Remember they fucked up my phone last year? They fucked up my phone last year when brother came. They fucked up my phone. That's why I had to change my number.
Yeah,
they fucked up my shit. I can't get into my old email or none of that shit.
But see, look, man, when I'm talking about like Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
You know, they're saying they killed Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
They did, because you know why? He was making an impact on women. They didn't like it, but they was listening. And they was coming. Women changing up some shit behind Kevin.
Because what white men have been trying to make the black woman their ally.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What?
White men have been making the black woman their ally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
you know,
they couldn't did what they did
without
the black woman.
Yeah.
They couldn't. White men wouldn't leave their home.
Right.
But they had their kids. In fact, if they was paying the bills, they didn't even know that. White man going to get that single shot 14 or that 12 gauge, whatever he got. He gonna die right down the front lawn. No, we wouldn't pack our stuff and left. Because of slavery. Because of the turmoil we already been through. We rather just go ahead and leave. You know what I mean? But the white men don't think like that.
No,
right now.
they still they grow.
Right now they don't play that.
And that's and that's because they quote unquote own their land, stuff like that.
I don't mean to cut you off. Wasn't that you the other day was talking about the white lady on, I think everything that got blowed up or just messed up through the town or the land. She was out there, she wasn't going over, she been revealed.
Hurricane season every year.
Yeah. We want to get on. We want to get on. But they're about to reveal.
You know what I mean? And that's one of our problems, man. The motivational, and being able to stay focused. See, we didn't have no focus skills.
Right.
I mean, if I actually go stand in the corner right now for 5 minutes, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things. Matter of fact, I just figured this one out. That's why they got us on all these drugs, because
We can't focus.
the drugs mess with the memory, and memory is the key component of intelligence. So that's how they got it. And how you was talking with brother, like I'm telling you, y'all, we sold brother. We got brother. He stood up and shook out. His handshake was firmer when he left. Wasn't it?
And he was talking louder.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, we got him. We got him. We got him.
But look though.
But we got to come up with this. Here's the thing though. We got to have the money stuff in place when they come right now. Salesmanship right now.
Yeah, we need a lawnmower. I got 3 lawnmowers. I got one for myself. But
I got a lawnmower. We'll pull up and everything and get crews, all that shit. For real, man. Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is listen. I'm gonna go to some of the Brian Clay. The people I know who got churches and different stuff, they elderly who got, you know what I'm saying, they still got homes or what have you. Single moms, single mothers who don't got, they got homeowners. The boys come up, we cut, and the people have to do it professionally. And bring these boys up. And then there's another thing too, we're gonna work. Every child is a year to 2 years older. We're gonna educate older. We're not gonna do the lag, because the education here, educate to the lag. We're gonna educate up. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, at 16 years old, you gotta take over the whole family to make sure that they produce at that rate.
Yeah, because see, again, like we said, man, a lot of them don't know. I mean, they don't really understand. It's kind of their responsibility at this point.
It is.
Because, look.
It is their responsibility. They ain't got nothing else.
Look, like my grandmother, right? Either one of them, either side, granddaddies, either side. If they got sick or they needed help, who are they looking for the help?
The children.
Yeah,
the children, right, yeah.
So I remember reading when I got out of prison, right? I remember reading this book, this Bible statement said, be careful how you raise your children, because one day they will have to take care of you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
You've seen that before, right?
Right.
So again, if we don't give them, if we don't teach them, and our parents is not, because they don't have it, you know what I mean, because of what they was going through.
Right.
They were just trying to figure out how to keep the roof over their heads, and food in your stomach, and clothes on your back.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, dude, you was on your own.
Right. I mean, that's how they do the woman now.
Yeah.
That's how they do. They keep her so much that she can't concentrate on the information that's out here to feed the food so she's under attack. She's completely under attack.
Yeah.
So what we doing, what you say, is the most important, because we're gonna bring up the young men that can. I'm telling you. But here's another key component. And sister, you're gonna have to. These sisters really don't have a lot of upright compared to what the men have. The boys have of upright men.
Yeah.
The women don't have the counter upright women
No, they don't.
in the dispensation to get a hold to these girls.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You hear what I'm saying?
I mean, we can name numerous men, but how many?
That's what I'm saying. But these sisters look like I'm talking about like
Especially in our neighborhood.
No, in these neighborhoods like last year, bro. Like no, seriously, like last year. Matter of fact, Minister Rick, I didn't have your number in this phone. I would have called you. Rick, the first time Minister Rick ever, I could break up a fight. These girls was fighting right over here. You know, my baby mama stay right here. Not my baby mama, the mother of my son, because we ain't in odds. So she ain't my baby mama. We not at odds. We have a great co-parenting peace.
Right.
That's the mother of my child.
Sure.
The girls about to fight. So I go down here, Brother Monte. No, y'all ain't gonna fight, nah. These girls told me, excuse me, sir, we know what you're trying to do, but this is gonna happen. And in order for me to have had stopped the fight, I would have been fighting them.
Yeah.
You understand why I had to go to a whole nother, and it would have. But this is after the. So I said, all right, well, y'all not about to jump. Y'all not gonna be one-on-one. You know. So they fought. I'm thinking like, so when they did try to jump, hold on.
Right.
Do you know when the girl's mama got there, it was already broke up. She made the girl fight again.
Yeah.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have is. I don't want to. We're going to have to come up to speed with the women, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I don't know how we going to do it, or I know how we going to do it.
We got to, listen.
You understand?
Let me say this, right? You don't want no religious women.
No.
I ain't talking about religious women.
No, listen to me.
Somebody's going to show these women
No,
something.
listen to me. That's why I'm saying it like I'm saying it. You don't want a religious woman. You want a woman that have a husband.
Yeah, most definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because a woman that has a husband
Yes.
that ain't got all the religious baggage,
Right.
what she's gonna do is come in and give the other women what works in her relationship.
Right.
All that other stuff, you know, that depending on how you was raised and
Right.
if you can get women that have a husband that's, and I hate to use this word in front of my wife, but that's obedient to their husband.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not no slave or, you know, not disrespectful, but, you know, when your husband asks for something, you know, the same way when you want
But
to.
here's the thing, no, we be missing, this is what we be missing. The women who is submissive and all them things we talk about, guess what their husband doing? Being submissive to the authority, to be in the leadership, for the woman to trust, to relinquish and be.
Yeah.
So,
Ain't one of them type.
I know, but I'm saying, but you understand what I'm saying, though.
To piggyback off your question and maybe make it a little more specific and fine tune, how do we raise the matriarchy?
Because otherwise it's gonna be lopsided.
Because look, it's all men at this table. You know, we all resourceful men. Our network is resourceful, but let's take it back to the global. Let's step back. Let's step into outer space and look at this thing and say, look, what's been the problem? It's been men. It's been too many men running things. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
It's too patriarchal. You know what I'm saying?
No, right. Without the balance. Without the balance.
If you look at Mother Earth, you know how many earthquakes we just had in the past 2 days?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's Mother Earth purging. She's pissed right now. Mother Earth is pissed.
But that's why I'm saying. But that's why I'm coming to the woman, because her vibrate.
Right.
To me,
It's not us. It's gonna be the women.
Yes, that's because look, in my thinking, and this is scholastic. We cannot discount that when darker people ruled the planet, and we were most successful, it was the meiotic balance.
Yes.
The meiotic balance is the feminine element. So until we come to the understanding that this patriarchic thing that we dealing with is not from our original concept.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You know what I mean? It's not our original concept. It's not our original concept.
What was the woman doing with us back then?
The woman was the queen. There was no kingship. There was no kingship. There was no There was no man prowess like that. It was not like that. The woman was the highest, and then the man got all his authority through her. But it wasn't a reverse misogynistic, like, oh, I'm the woman, I'm the more. I don't know. The man was the most prolific because he had the both components of it. So the man was the effect of the feminine.
This is not scripted, right? Y'all know it's not scripted.
Mm-hmm. What? I know we on the camera, so I'm trying to say what I'm right. Right. I ain't gonna say
Who
nothing.
was that we was talking? I think it was me, you, and David X talking yesterday about the women that's running around saying, what do men want? And the women, and all the women saying BBLs, they want BBLs, not all the women saying they want BBLs. And then they went and asked all the men.
And they want something different.
And they wanted the natural woman.
Yeah.
We got our wife here, my wife here.
Right.
And we all brothers.
Right.
So we're gonna call her right now our wife.
Okay.
Since y'all, how many women you want in charge with some authority right now, knowing what you know?
Not one.
I wouldn't have a woman in charge right now. I got that part, but I agree. I agree.
Keep going.
Keep going, but I got you.
How many women you want to see in charge?
None.
Not one.
Right. Oh, I got that part. Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What did the Bible or the Holy Quran, if anybody know, what did they tell the women to do?
Learn at home inside.
Stay here.
Learn at home in silence.
Yeah, that's Timothy.
Now, what do y'all want the women to go do? To balance out what? They ain't their job, but then they make up.
The what?
To do nothing.
But that's what I'm saying.
Their job.
But listen to what I'm saying. No, it's not. That's patriotic white boy. What you talking about, bro? It's not even historical, bro.
Listen.
It's not even historical.
Okay,
This book right here. This is why
for a minute.
this book right here. This
I read that book when I was in prison.
So you know.
Listen.
The whole thing about the man over the woman and the misguidance. None of that stuff. None of that.
Listen.
And I agree with you about not having a woman lead right now. I agree with that.
We work collectively together. It wasn't.
Okay, that's the point. That's the.
Listen though.
Okay,
we had our own separate roles. She was not in the workforce.
No.
Doing what we do.
No.
That's not her job.
Yeah.
It's not her job. She shouldn't be out front.
No, right. Exactly. No,
she
right.
shouldn't be out front doing
Right.
nothing.
Exactly.
Right.
You're right.
Nothing.
You're right.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to see.
In the condition that yeah.
Well, okay, let me.
The balance that she do
Right.
is home.
Right.
She is the glue.
Right.
To mix it all, hold it all together.
Right.
But her job is not to create or do anything.
Right.
Or hold it together.
No,
she's
that's
the love.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. She has no.
So we don't want her
right.
on the streets.
No, we're not saying that.
That's what I'm
we
saying.
ain't women living. That ain't what we saying.
Yeah.
We ain't women
And
living.
we're not saying we need.
We
all
saying
women
look. We
presidents,
saying
all
the context of
women
what you look at in the context of what you saying. You talk from because you hopping and bopping. So you talking from the framework of a God man. So you're not misogynistic over your woman. You understand what I'm saying? So your woman is in her. You understand? So we not saying no. She in her natural state. We're not saying that. We suggesting that we gonna place the woman. No, the man's role is the man's role in what we in. We not negating that. However, what we saying is the imbalance is in our women are over proliferated in ignoring the information. What they ain't got nothing to do with their intelligence. They just ignoring the information. And so since they ignored the information, then they're the ones. And just like now, like, you know, like with my mom. My mom was a doctor theologian, and every time I hear her talking about stuff, it'd be women. And they never accomplish nothing, because all they doing is gossiping. They spend like maybe 15 to 13% on the subject matter of what they're doing. And the rest of it is about gossip about who didn't come, or this, that, or blah, 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 blah. But it's not solution oriented based.
But that's because they're not solution.
I know it, but what I'm saying is, but the woman in the way she is now is not the woman in the original state, like you were saying, in the cohesion.
But so how do we get back there?
That's why I'm saying.
Go
ahead, let me finish this point, because we go right into what you're saying.
Right.
The solution is the upright man, because we got what they ain't got.
Yeah.
They got the resources. They buffer them. But what they don't have, and look, that's what I was saying yesterday. When all this shit started, it started when they jumped on the bandwagon with the white woman, and the black woman wasn't in that condition. So, but what now that we know there was a trick, remember now the white family intact, as best that it is when it really wasn't no white family. But based on taking our information, they done came to a certain better disposition than we had with their religion. But they kept their man through the whole thing. You understand? Our movies, our cinemas, our everything went to where they kept their women, so much so now that they families, even the lesbians and faggots, is adopting our children that we ain't dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? So this is, and you made it come to my mind, it got to be the man first now.
Yeah.
We in the time now that yes, the man is the one. Yeah. We have accepted the knowledge. We have accounted and accepted the knowledge. We going with the supreme grand, okay, the God within self. If we are Muslim, but the information that's coming, the black man is the one in this position of the power right now in terms of the spirituality, in terms of spiritual know-how, or the spiritual, just with a little bit of something. Get ourselves together. The woman going to have to come back, because truth is going to take away her religion. Truth is about to take away Jesus. Yeah. What the fuck she going to do? What the fuck she going to do?
And just to piggyback off what you were saying.
But I'm agreeing with everything you're saying.
And consider what he's saying, and I think what we all missing in this past 5 minutes is what she said.
Yeah. What
you know, she said no. When you asked,
I get it. Why she said no.
And so if we only have so much time. We have to think solution based. We know the problem.
We gotta be solution based.
Now, we all agree we could be at home right now. Yeah. Doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we all agreed to come, as men.
Right.
Now, we need the same thing to happen with the women. You know what I'm saying? We need more women leaders in the community, in the state. And you know what I'm saying? But it's up to us to raise. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. When you say women leaders, I just want to know, leading at what?
In the community.
And doing what?
Doing community programs,
sewing, teaching the children. Who's gonna show the women? They gotta show the women
how to be young girls and growing the women.
Yes, that's.
I'm not talking about nothing political.
See, I think y'all thinking I'm bad.
No, we not.
Don't want women to know. No. What I'm saying is this, right? I guess I want to ask you another question. All right.
Ask her why she thinks women.
Yeah, why you think women shouldn't be
That's the most.
Take the camera so we can.
We're too emotional.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what?
And that's just, and I don't want to generalize that, but I feel like, again, the man is the head. We are to focus on our spouses. My job is my husband.
Okay. Now, what about when it comes to war? Now, if you get into it, and I don't mean warring with China or whatever. It could be. A cat down the street. Right. Who gonna stop you from going and knocking his head off?
Me.
Right.
I've done it.
Now, is it right? Now, is that when she does that? Is that authoritative, or is it? I mean, what's the feeling when she stops you from being two men?
When we joined in what they call holy matrimony, we became one.
Right. Okay.
So when she talked, for me, I'm listening to myself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When my mama talk or my daddy talk, I know now I'm still listening to me.
Right.
I'm listening to another version of me. But I listen to y'all talk. That's why I don't try to tell you what you ain't, or you know, nothing like, because I'm listening to another version of myself.
Right.
When I listen to him, I'm listening to another version of me.
Right.
For one, I don't even know how connected we really is.
Exactly.
Because of what had happened to us.
Right.
So I'm not ever trying to stop nobody from being the best version of who they can be.
Right.
What I'm simply saying is this: how we get to being the best version that we can be is playing in the roles that's meant for men and women.
Right.
Okay. Now,
You know what I mean?
Just-
I can't raise no daughter.
Right.
I mean, I know I can't raise
you
it by
can't.
myself.
You can't show them how to be a woman.
And you know what else? I can't even raise a son by myself.
Right.
No, yeah,
Because
right.
he needs that balance.
But the thing
But-
is,
but-
that's the
but-
whole
so I'm
point.
not-
We
I'm
weren't
not-
doing that.
So I'm
in
not,
our
I'm not-
success.
I'm not saying that she don't, don't.
But when
don't-
your wife makes certain decisions and certain suggestions that you listen to, you know what I'm saying? That's because you're in your full masculinity, and that's allowing her to be in her full femininity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Her divine.
Well, I don't know if she can ever be in a full femininity.
Full, right. With
You see what I just said? With me. I don't know if she can ever get there because of how masculine I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially in the home front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I was raised with, my mom used to say stuff like this: there's too many Indians, not enough cheese.
Yeah. Right.
You see what I'm saying? And one chief in here.
Yeah.
So with the chief being in the house, I don't know how much the Indians can really come to their full fruitation. You know what I mean? And so I understand that about our relationship too. You know what I mean? I don't know if she could ever, she might not never speak her true thought to me because of the position that she in. And, by her being the glue, she gonna hold this together rather than, like a lot of these women doing. You know what I mean?
But that's the whole thing about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing right there. That's the it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because she's able to be. You know what I'm saying? And there's no misogynist. You know what I'm saying?
But I think she know that more than I do though. I don't know. I ain't never asked.
Because I'm gonna tell you what. No, because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you how I know. Because it's always in the like for example, my friend out there, she a whole school teacher, a whole school teacher. She see us meeting right here. Is she in here trying to meet?
Yeah.
But she'll lay her ass down with me though.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But she not in here, which is no problem. She can stay out there. She ain't for that.
That's not her.
But your wife right here. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a
like
whole nother mindset. You understand what I'm
Not
saying?
every
It's a
woman is-
whole nother mindset. So that going back,
No.
going back to what she's saying, and I'm not dogging her out. I'm not at all. She giving me privacy, to run my thing, and she, you understand? But I'm not, but any other person that was about the business of our people,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then, would be right here because you understand what I'm saying? So, I'm not knocking,
Right.
but I'm just
Showing
showing his wife couldn't stay at home. But that shows because he in submission to God.
Right.
She not, and then you see her interaction. She is without talking, you understand? So that's the epitome of where we want to go.
Right.
See, and what we got to do is, this is what we got to do. We got to come to consensus on the delivery.
Yeah.
That's it. Consensus on the delivery. And once we get consensus on the delivery, the outcome is going to be. You understand?
Black woman, what do you?
If that makes sense now.
What is black in your opinion? I had to keep turning the camera back, but if that's what we're focusing on, what do you think women as a collective need from us, for you all to be your full woman and to walk and talk and move in your full femininity?
I feel like if the man just walks in his authority, everything else will fall into place. We have other people, such as ourselves, that we are putting programs into place so that we can communicate with women who may not have had their parents in their lives, and we can love on them, because I had women to love on me and pull me to the side when I wasn't walking the right path. So
So it sounds like, in a nutshell, for men to protect and provide. And your job, or I'm gonna say your job, your position is to nurture. Like you said, even if it's not even your children, you know, it's to nurture the children.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think that's whether it's through conversation, programs, we need to show the women that they are important as well.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, man, the women is probably, they're just as important as we are.
Yeah.
But, like the brother.
Hey, Mark.
No.
My thing is, you know what I mean? Let me say this.
Hey.
All of us are sitting at this table. All of us is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of us. We ain't no different from the other. We think just like the other one. We act just like the other one, depending on the information that we got.
Yeah, the situation.
The women, they are absolutely, they all, listen when I tell you, they all are the same. Depending on the information.
Depending on the situation.
But exactly, that as well. But what's in them is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And all women, listen to me, I don't care where they at. All women are the same.
Yep.
The only difference between any of them or any of us is the information.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. What I can do, you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can do, he can do. And the only way you're going to do it, unless something comes into play and changes your outlook, the only way you can do it is like a man.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can do it. We are all absolutely the same. Right. So what motivates me, it's in you to motivate you.
Right.
But if don't nobody tell you that you have this in you, then that motivation ain't never gonna be there.
Right. Especially if you don't have it yourself.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. All women are the same.
So it's catch
all of us
talking about how, I asked her what she think, the women need from us to
be a man.
To be that, to be there for a woman. And she said, the things that we all would consider protection, providing. I don't mean it's all financial. You know what I'm saying? Just providing.
Because it ain't really financial.
And just she made a real good valid point. She said, and I don't know if it was verbatim, but she was saying to nurture, her children and other children as well. Even the women who don't have children, their job is to look after the community. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll say maybe we as black men haven't protected our women. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
no.
That's why.
Sometimes there's some things some truths.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the truth.
Hold on.
You gotta swallow.
Excuse me, miss. There's only one lady in here. You want to help her out because we in here giving it to her.
Yeah,
you in here now.
Just pull
We're
up.
gonna invite you now. We're gonna invite you now.
Walk into it.
You can sit that down.
You know what?
I ain't going nowhere though.
You see what I'm saying? Because see, we all loving people. We all want to be loved. We all want somebody to care about us. I don't care how rough we is. We
want to be nurtured.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
When you go to war, your wife is gonna tell you, don't fight that war. It's not a big deal. Or go take care of it. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be your.
But see, I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I don't even know if she'll tell me not to fight no war. Because again, she's such a companion. She's such a supporter that if I think that it's a war that I need to handle, she gonna encourage me to get it.
If it's a war that's gonna take
you know what I mean? I don't think she.
If it's a war that's gonna take you away from her, if it's even more than a 50% chance.
I mean, when you say take away, mean death.
Any kind of death, anything.
She ain't gonna let you go fight no
She's
super
not
war.
gonna let you go fight. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she's gonna encourage me.
So that's
hold on, she's sitting right here.
about.
She's sitting right here.
Right.
Let's ask her.
Let's ask her.
Babe, if I'm getting ready to go fight a lost battle or like could be a losing battle, is you gonna tell me not to go, or is you gonna give me the bullets or the guns that I need to go handle that? I don't know how you would think about that. I ain't never asked you nothing like that. Okay.
Can I ask?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, no.
Now, from another perspective.
If it's a low-key apocalypse and, we don't know what's going on, you're going to let him bust that gun, right? Any kind of way to protect y'all at the home front. Now, if I owe him $100,
exactly. Right. That's the point of what I'm saying. Your wife got this
you're going to be like, man, it ain't nothing but 100. You know what I'm saying? That's the balance. That's the mayat.
That's the mayat.
I got that.
That's the mayat.
I got that.
That fulfills her.
So what do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
With the $100, the $100. Well, I'm not gonna allow him to lose his life for that. Especially if we got 100,000 out there in the street. I just learned that the other day. We just had a conversation about that. But as far as a war, I do know that the first law of nature is self-preservation, and so that is what I would follow. I would not allow him to set himself up, but I will allow him to be a man and protect himself and us.
Right.
Period. Right. I'll even help give him the tools he needs if that's the case.
And when his response is just that, just like you asked him, and he comes back home and he's steamed and the steam has went off and he's in your arms, you feel satisfied.
Absolutely.
As a woman, as
the comforter, and the Holy Spirit, the replacement of the woman.
Yes.
The Holy Spirit, so all the attributes of the Holy Spirit is the attributes of the woman in her full.
Yes.
In her full mayat.
Because I do know he is my
Another
protector.
thing I wanted to bring up too. We sometimes we be talking like we ain't at the eye, like we ain't at the bottom of the eyes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We talk like we ain't at the bottom of the eyes.
Hold on, let's get clarification on that. What's the bottom?
Like the bottom of the eyes, like the whole system is pit against us.
Yeah.
So that causes for our unity. You understand what I'm saying? That causes us because we don't think about it. Y'all think about this. Everything these hunkies done told us to do since our destruction, since we delivered this, when I'm coining the phrase, concretization lifestyle, since the whole thing, we have not done we've done everything. The record books that they keep hidden, that don't talk about a bunch of the whole black civilization, to even when we come up to modern day after the turn of captivity, even communities in Lansing that were black, like the Rosewoods, like the Green, like the Wall Street, there was more. Like there was a whole, you know what I'm saying? There was way everywhere, okay? So that means that we did everything that they asked us to do. We got the college degrees. We done came together, but we didn't have a military. That was the only thing that we didn't have when we came together and had those communities. We did not have a military front to combat the warring. All right? So now, when we move forward to now where we at, we got to always keep in mind that we are in an active war.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the things, and this is why I was talking about the 10% principle, because we don't have the advantages of the knowledge of certain things. And so even in us learning the knowledge when we got it, because we all got the knowledge, like, I don't know, maybe the first knowledge we got was messed up. Then at some point we got the knowledge to undo, and so we even had to go through a process of learning even with that, to where we had to discipline ourselves to certain things. For you stop eating meat. You know what I'm saying? We curtail our meat. So with that, I'm saying we gotta always remember in our language. So we can't talk like certain things we can't talk like.
Yeah, it's wartime.
Because we in war. Yeah. So, and it's always been against us. And a lot of times we talk like it is hunky-dory and an even playing field. And it's not an even playing field. And so what I'm saying with all that, since we've done everything that they asked us to do, the only thing we have not done is our collective unity. Because remember, a lot of our people didn't go with, like with Greenwood didn't spin to where everybody else got Greenwood and we just shut the white man out. There was still people that did it. There was still people that went to the fight. You know what I'm saying? So now we're coming back. What is it? The only thing is unity. The only thing that we gonna save us right now is unity. And that unity has to be based in recover for the man. Our role should be
It has to
recovery
be
of the
based
woman.
on what you just said. What we didn't have was protection.
Right.
So it has to be based on our men. Again, we back
That's
to
why
our men
exactly.
again.
That's my point.
We
in what
back
I'm
to our
saying.
men again.
That's
And
why
I don't care what it is
Right.
that we want to do. It's gonna come back to our men.
Through the men. Right. Because
Period.
we in the seat that got to
I was telling this woman the other day, right? I went quite and talking about Donald Trump and the babies and all that kind of
vote
stuff.
for that hunky. If they let them stay alive,
Yeah.
vote for that.
Let me tell you what she said, right? She said, well, he talking about killing her baby. We ain't gonna get off into her baby and all that kind of stuff. We know, that just sounds crazy. But I said, first of all, let me be honest with you, it's not her baby. And she looked at me like, she said, well, he could be talking about my kids. I said, they're not yours. They didn't come out of you.
No, right.
They came through you.
Right.
You was only the oven.
Yeah.
You was just the incubator.
Right.
They're not your kids.
Right.
They came out of the man. Now, whoever in this dominant society gave you exclusive rights to the child,
Right.
that's what makes it your child.
Yeah.
The law is what makes it her child, not reality.
Not reality law.
You know what I'm
the Roman
saying?
Empire,
See, and that's what happens with us. We are reality. We are
But see,
reality.
now that's the whole point that I'm talking about, where we're missing a lot of things we do is not based in the historical content of the things that
I don't want to forget what you just said.
What?
Greenwood and all that. You said the only thing we haven't done.
We didn't
as
have,
far as
we didn't have
the military, right? The army. The men is the army.
Yeah.
But the only thing we haven't done is we haven't done it again.
Right.
See,
That's a good point.
we're fearful now to
We're
do
fearful to
it.
not do it.
See, that's the problem. See,
That's a good point. That is a
Yeah.
it ain't really nothing else other than fear.
Right.
Yeah.
Greenwood, you see what they done
Yeah.
over in New York when they did it Central Park
Yeah.
and covered up.
They had places in Michigan.
We know what they done, and that's why we are afraid. Our women are our first teachers because a lot of us was raised by our mothers, and what she taught us was to protect us.
Right.
right.
You see what I'm saying? And now what we're dealing with now is how to protect ourselves through the eyes of a woman.
Right.
Some of us is gonna die.
Yeah, because it's war. It's gonna be catastrophe.
You see what I'm saying? And some of our youth are
Some of
gonna.
the men, yeah.
Look, we gotta get on. We gotta help and get on the good foot. We gotta help and do it again.
Right.
We gotta.
But
We
that's
gotta,
what I'm
create
saying.
our money.
Yeah.
Right.
We got. It ain't just.
So then what you're saying is, then that's going to have to present a time, and I call it the moratorium of time, to present the propaganda. We are in that moratorium of time right now. And the reason why I say that is because we got enough collective consensus knowledge of those of us who are upright and righteous and say we're warring against this thing. Just even right here, where we're coming up, we're in a dialogue where we're going to get programs for the children, the younger men, the young women, so they can be suitable to be out here to benefit from our mistakes. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
so then that creates, so that's what I'm saying. That creates a moratorium of time where we have to become disciplined, and the language only has to be solution oriented in what we're going to implement, and no more repainting the canvas of the destruction that we already in.
Right. And see, that's me. My wife would be the first one to tell you. I don't like negativity.
And that's why I like your situation. That's how I like your just call it matter of factness.
Yeah.
Because the money is the vehicle right there.
Yeah.
And a lot of you, and here's the thing though. And I'm gonna charge my damn self too. I'm gonna charge myself to come up with, we get the candy, we get the lawnmowers, but also
The gardening.
the garden. Now here's the thing though, I'm gonna try to tell you this right now. They get their hands in that dirt,
Man.
It's gonna multiply and proliferate the shit that we telling them because it's something about that fucking dirt, and it's get to the. It's something about that motherfucking dirt, dog. Think about it. When your child is little, when your child is little, what they want to do? They want to fuck with water and dirt. I don't give a fuck. They want to go to water and fucking dirt.
Look, and this should go off what you were saying, and I don't want to sound negative by saying this, but it's been a lot of. I've been in a lot of groups, where we talk about similar stuff like this, and it seems like year after year nothing gets done because of all the talking. Now, I know we have to talk.
Oh, right.
I know we have to talk. I know we have to,
what
a we and the we. But at the end of the day, if you don't pray when you get up, if you don't meditate when you get up, if you don't meditate, if you don't eat right, if you don't look at me like a brother, if you don't look at her like a sister, we're gonna lose regardless.
Right.
So, excuse me, I think we need to go back to practices that's gonna hold ourselves accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
And then when you walk out that door, you're not gonna look at your neighbor like a adversary. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something real quick on that?
Please,
when you said something about work, get your hands dirty.
Yeah.
That been my whole thing since I've been in. I already been my whole thing. When you get your hands dirty, everybody working, you don't have time to worry about what nobody else thinking negative about, or even thinking good about.
Right.
You just think about getting this job, get this job done.
Right. That's collective. Everybody got a responsibility. You know what I mean? Like the military, they have everybody make their bed first thing in the morning. That's like the first win of the day. You know what I mean? I think we've been pointing the finger too much and saying we you know what I'm saying? Instead of having a
let me
base.
tell you my narrative, right? See, hold on. Bishop Maxwell, Apostle Maxwell, before he died, he said I was a great illustrator. Let me illustrate something for y'all right quick, right? This has been my best avenue of doing what it is that needs to be done. I play sports. Basketball, football, soccer, softball. Yeah. I did it all. Right? Huh? Volleyball. I played volleyball when I was in career. When we as a team got together and did this, we weren't concerned with nobody else on the other side. Yeah. So whenever we made our plan to set our agenda to how we was gonna do this, that's what we did. It don't make no difference of what nobody else doing. Right. It don't make no difference how nobody else trying to stop you. Right. Because our job now is to accomplish what we setting out to do. So all the talking, you see, was done. Wait a minute. All the talking that we do, all the talking that the preachers do, all the talking that the ministers do, all the talking that the legislators do, ain't nobody putting no programs together to do nothing. And that's why it don't never go nowhere, because of the talking.
Because of the talking.
We need to put a plan together and stick to the plan. And I don't care if there's 4 of us. If 4 of us put a plan together.
But that'd be a problem right there. That's all you need is the damn 4. Everybody trying to get the whole everything. All you need is the 4, bro. All you need is this right here.
That's
the children gonna gravitate around us, bro.
That's it.
I'm telling you,
now,
they gonna gravitate around us.
Hold on, now all we gotta do, now that we're here, is focus on what we want to do.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And if the kids come in and see us focusing and doing what we're doing, then that's how we're gonna attract them. We ain't gonna attract them by talking. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They don't want to hear nothing.
Let's go back to what you were saying about sports. Like I played football in high school and
you know what I'm talking about.
No, in high school it was high school was a little different. I was running back. You get the ball and open up to do boom. Now, once I got to the college level, the biggest thing I learned was that we watched film. You know what I'm saying? Accountability. Yeah. So if it's a 32 dive, of course I know what I'm gonna do, but I know what this guy's doing. I know what this guy's doing. That guy. I know what everybody's job is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. All I gotta do is do what I'm gonna do. Right. But you know why I know what they do, and I know why I have faith in them, because we've been in that weight room together. We've been in the on the field together. Right. Now, if you tell me you don't eat pork, you know what I'm saying, you don't drink pop, and that's not cool, and we go out to eat, and you order a po' boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say something like, bro, I thought you don't eat, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know, we gotta hold each other accountable, you know what I mean? It ain't about checking each other. It's about, you know what I'm saying? You tell me you want to shed a couple pounds, and every time I see you, I'm like, hey, bro, what you eat? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not me checking you.
Right.
I'm expecting you to do the same thing for me because we're on the same team collectively. Now, at the end of the day, we go back to our own separate homes, you know, but when we huddle up, like he said, you know, and that's what we got to get from the, you know, I don't
you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Somewhere along the way.
What do you gotta do?
Along the way, bro. I'm telling you with this cause they did it, you know, cause we can see the timeline.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, we went from sticks and stones will break our bones, but names or words will never hurt me to where now you say something to them that came with the feelings of the woman. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. And I hate to say this, the black woman under the banner of this Christianity shit, she has become politely evil and is taking the Eve's way. And that's
man, you have no idea how
that's the problem. That's the problem.
I mean, I know you got an idea.
That's the problem.
I'm just saying.
But here's the thing though, and this is why, and I get that it's gonna go back to the man and the way the whole situation is, but the man has a hell of accountability, has a hell of a. Bro, I'm gonna tell you.
We up to it in our neck.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say, dude.
Now, that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I know. But that's
everything have worked against us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, come on, man. You know it's really bad when your own mama don't like you. Come on, man. That's a black woman.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when our own women don't like us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And guess who raised us? Our women. So we and then the churches.
We've been raised under a triple negative form of self-hatred.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I can't trust you. I better not trust you because you don't let me down. See, that's how we've been raised. So
because our women, they love us, but they don't trust us. That's what I told her. I said, it ain't that the woman don't love us. She can't trust us. But you gotta understand this.
They don't like us. It ain't that they don't trust us.
I don't know.
They don't like us.
Let's have y'all ask her to come in.
Okay,
yeah. See here now, we don't
Since you can just do the camera now, you don't gotta double up your role.
If you name any problem, and name a solution to the collective, to anything, whether it comes to children, individuality,
women,
men. What do you see as a big issue?
I just find it interesting that you said women don't like children.
Don't like
A boy child.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like boys for a long time.
Wow, thank you so much for being here.
And it wasn't a secret. It just was like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
You're too rambunctious. You jump around too much. You're doing the most. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Sit down and learn something. Yeah. I'm a teacher by profession. So, it wasn't until I came across my stepson that I liked the boy. Mm-hmm. Liked him. He was respectful. He came to me, mama, just did what I asked him to do. I could talk to him. Even today, I can tell him anything in my life, and he's good, And so, he just wiggled his way into my heart, is what I kind of think of it as. And so once I liked him, I started looking at men and boys as different. Because, and just a little bit about myself, maybe I grew up without my father, so to speak.
Like most of us, yeah.
So my father died when I was 8, and my mom got a divorce when I was a child, and then I lived with my aunt, and she had a bunch of different men. So I just didn't really understand the dynamics of men, what they needed, what they were thinking. A lot of my uncles and males in my family, they lived a street life. They were on drugs, off drugs. We went to visit them in Jackson. Just trifling and out there, not really being leaders, it was far few in between that I saw a man that I respected. And maybe that had something to do with my you know, in the back of my head.
What you were saying.
I think overall, I probably had a little change when I went to college. I thought, oh, they're smart guys, you know, versus there's just these street guys and drunk alcoholics and gamblers and dope dealers and drug sellers and just the whole gamut of
It's a black community.
yes.
Yeah.
And so I have some students now who I generally say I like them, but more importantly, I look at their psyche of where they came from and where they are now, and I'm doing 4-year-olds, I'm teaching preschool. So one of my students, he has lost 3 adult males in his life over the last year. His stepdad just passed away. Mom came and alerted me of that he may have some behavior issues in the classroom, and so now when I look at him, I have compassion. I look at him like he needs me, not that he's bad, because that's what the black people tend to say, like, oh, he bad, just period, and knock him off, and nobody helps or assists him. And like I said, he had like an uncle, and then another, I think his real dad passed like a year ago. So back to back to back to back, and him trying to figure that out, and him being 4, and him displaying this in the classroom, I started saying, come here, buddy, let's go have a talk. And so I have these little chats with him, and I try to regroup him. He tends to have some fits, is what I look at it as, where he just hollers, I want my mama! And literally does that. But I still work on it. I'm like, okay, when you're done screaming, we can talk about it. I can't help you until you're done. You know, one of my other babies, he lost his mother at 2. I don't know the circumstances. All I know is he was with her when she passed on. So he has tantrums. He's repeating things that's done in his home. I think he's between 2 homes. His dad is there in one home, and then his aunties, which one of them he calls mom or whatever. But more importantly, I've gotten him to do some deep breathing to try to get himself in control. Because every day from September till now, he would take off his shoes and throw them anywhere across the room. He tends to say things like, I think about 2 weeks ago, he told somebody, I'm gonna get revenge on you, a grown-up. And we were looking like, what did you say? Because we were taken aback, because this is like a different time. We never had a student or a child tell you something like that at such a tender age. But it's not, he's not hearing it from us at school, because we're speaking professionally and we sing I love you songs and do our work and, you know, have a harmonious time. That's our goal. But with him, I have him doing, hold your breath, blow it out. Okay, I need you to get in control. I need you to do it with me. Come on, fill up your cheeks, let it out. And so I pull him with me quite often. The minute I leave the room, like about lunchtime, the other day I came back, he was screaming. Because they're not, my aides in the room, I'm the lead teacher, they're not doing that same care that I'm giving him. I'm giving him additional support. I mean, it's my job, it's a paycheck, but I'm not really technically getting paid. This is just something that I'm doing out of the goodness of my heart, that I know I need to provide additional support for him emotionally and mentally, because otherwise when he gets to kindergarten next year, he's gonna get kicked out of school numerous times. And that's like what one professional has been saying to him, you can't do this because when you get to kindergarten, you'll get kicked out a bunch of times. And I'm like, that's not even what he needs to hear. No. We need to get him in control now, give him some skills that he can use so he can be in control of his attitude. And then I told the father too, because I've had to call him up there to meet with me and come pick him up some days, because I can't teach the class because it's every 2 to 3 minutes that he's having these outbursts. And so I told Dad, I I need you to provide him some additional support with a psychologist or a sociologist or somebody, psychiatrist, psychologist. So one of the two, because I don't know exactly what went on, but what he's displaying in the classroom is just out of control, and I can't teach. But more importantly, he can't learn because he's emotionally out of whack. And every day they brought him this last week, he was emotionally, I call it unavailable. He was unavailable for me to teach him. He was unavailable for me to educate him. He came in every day with his fist balled up and angry. So the home life is not providing that opportunity for me to do my job.
Right.
And some teachers say, just keep him at home and let him just show up in kindergarten. But my thinking is, get a hold of it now. Provide the services that he needs now. Give him the love and support. I know he gets whoopings, and that's our culture and some other things, but a child like that doesn't need it. No. And so, like, I give him hugs. Come here. I want to hug you. And I just give him random hugs throughout the day. Come on, Miss Jinx. I want to hug you. I love you. I'm so happy you came to school today. We missed you yesterday. I give him lots of, I call it, a lot of times I call it front loading. Before he even comes in the classroom, one day this week, I came and he was standing next to the door. The class had already went in. And I said, go in the room. And then I thought about it like, oh shoot, he probably needs you. So when I got in the room, I said, come here, I want to talk to you. Come here, come on over and tell me, come on. And so he was like, okay. And I said, I was thinking about you. You know, you were on my mind. I'm so happy you're here. Do you need anything? And he was just like, no, I'm fine. It's okay. You ready to eat breakfast? We're going to have a great day. And let me tell you something. You do well today, I'm going to write your dad a note. You will? I will. And not that I expected him to be perfect, because he was not perfect. I mean, he acted out every hour or so, which was much better than that 2 to 3 minute period days where I couldn't function. And so I kept reinforcing him. You know, oh, that's okay. Calm down. You're okay. You're okay. Don't freak out. Because he has a difficult time too with you just telling him something. If I say, sit down in your chair, have a whole tantrum.
Yeah, that was me in school. But anyway, let me ask you this question. How often do you see that in different children? You know, single parent, and can you relate? Can you tell that the parents is not showing, or the parent is not showing any interest or with the child at home? Can you
So I've gone to home visits. I do a lot of home visits. And I enjoy going to the home visits, even though it can be a little scary. But it does give me insight. I went into one home, there was no furniture. And the spirit had told me before I left home, like I had a card table. It was like, put that card table in your trunk. And I didn't do it. When I got there, I was like, thinking that's why the Lord's going to
That's that quantum physics right there, where that's that magic power.
And I'm like, and I was like, just kicking myself, like, that's why you were supposed to put the table in the car. I bought things for students out of my own money, clothes. I've seen students come to school with feces stuck to them. And I try to tie their shoe, and I'm like, what is that smell? He's like, my daddy dog doodled on me. I'm like, what? I taught kindergarten for 14 years, and this was my first year teaching. And I don't have a stomach for those types of things. I don't like dirts. I don't play in dirt. I don't do grass. I don't like that type of stuff. But anywho, he ended up, I brought him a couple shirts because he had a shirt that was just ripped open. And the shirt was just hanging. And I'm like, every day, same shirt. And so I was like, oh, let's go down $3, $5, get a couple shirts. I mean, it's not that deep. So what do we see? Like my mom, I was feeling like, I think she's strung out. I think she on something. You know, and me having those type of people in my own family, I know right away. Crackhead moves, I'll be looking like, they mention, you got $5? can you get borrow? I could pay for the strip, but that's it. I'll buy lunch on the strip, but that's it. You know, I'm not giving. So I've been teaching for 25 years in Detroit.
Wow.
So I've seen a lot, and every year it tends to get worse. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've seen, and so I can just see it on the parents' face. I can feel it in their voice. I can see the way they dressed and how they carry themselves. Sometimes when I give everybody my cell phone number. I'm very personable, and I tell them, if you need me, call me. Call me at home. Call me anytime. I'm here for you. For one, a lot of parents, they're scared of teachers. They think that teachers are smart, they went to college, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. We can't come to school, we're not, and they feel intimidated is what we describe in our staff meetings. So I try to break down those barriers. I'm just like you, I'm from Detroit. I don't have everything together, I'm just like you. You know, I'm like, we got the same stuff going on. My man cheated on me too. You know, I'm just making it relatable. Girl, we in this together. I'm looking for a date too. You know, and so they feel comfortable when they see, okay, she ain't that deep. She ain't trying to be huffy puffy, and you know, I tell them I'm very personal because that's who I am in general. I talk about myself and I share ideas, and I tell them, you know, this is what I did with my own grandson. My own grandson was acting a fool at school, and I told him, you know, get yourself together. Grandma gonna beat you. You know, whatever. You're gonna get this, you're gonna get that. So just being relatable helps a lot. And I give out resources. About 2 weeks ago, I had one student. He had his feet are probably a 12, and he had on a shoe that was probably a size 2. And he says, Miss Jenkins, these are my sister's shoes. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I wore my brother's clothes too. I had my brother's regulars on when I was a kid, and I grew up very poor, and I had my brother's clothes on. So I could relate when he said it. I was just immediately like, I'm seeing how you feeling about this. And so I said, it's all good. You know, I wore my brother's clothes too. I tried to make it like lighter.
Yeah.
But then in the back of my head, I'm like, what do I need to do?
Right.
So I told my supervisor, she came out Tuesday and evaluated my whole program, and I was telling her about some of the standout situations that are going on and the dynamics. And so she gave me some support. She sent me a flyer. She said we have a drop off a couple of times a month, which is just like about a 10 or 15 minute ride. But even if I have to go there and get them the boxes, I will. And I was thinking about it, like they had a donation thing that they did around Christmas time, where he was one of the students that I could only pick 3. And I gave him the box it was some shirts and underclothes and toys and Christmas things and things like that. And so, but like I said, his mom, her whole face is something going on, because her whole face is starting to scar up and some different things. And I'm like, she knows something. And she's just the behavior, she's bringing them late and some other things. Just lots of little clues that's dinging off in my head. It's like, something ain't right, and something ain't right. And he's a bright little boy. And a lot of times I feel like if he had the right parenting, somebody like myself, like when my daughter, I set her clothes out at night, we bathe, we talk, I pushed her, I prepared her, I put her book bag by the door every day. This is where your book bag goes. When you walk out of the door, you pick up your book bag and you take it to the car, you get in the car, you take it to school, and you give your homework to your teacher, and this is what you're gonna do. And she's still like this to this day. She's very organized. She's in a whole different state. She's about to go across the country. I totally have complete confidence in her. She's 20 years old. She speaks Mandarin Chinese. She's going to China to do externship or her study abroad. And I feel very confident in her because I've given her all the tools that she needed. I've always front loaded her and given her a lot of emotional support.
Well, go ahead.
But I'm passionate about what I do, so that's why I kind of go on sometimes. And I'm pretty talkative, so. But I was listening.
I can tell you're honest too. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question. With you being a teacher for 25 years, that's obviously your profession. You feel passionate about it. Do you think that's part of the problem?
Part of what problem?
with our children?
Tell me more.
Like,
What do you
The
ask?
education system. Do you think?
Education.
I mean, okay. Well, let me repack.
I think it needs to be totally redone.
Okay.
Because the school hours are not conducive to parents.
To the right.
To parents' work schedules.
Yeah.
The children, like I said, this little buddy, I'm not a morning person. I was totally excited during the pandemic because I could teach it like in my pajamas, with a cute shirt on and my pajama pants at home. I could go to the bathroom as much as I wanted because in school, we can't go to the bathroom.
Is it Montessori type of setting or is it?
Well, we were on the computer.
No, I mean when at the physical school, is it all desks or is it how?
No, so preschool is set up different.
It's preschool, right? So
sections.
it's stations, yeah.
But I have taught 2nd grade, 3rd grade.
Monte, like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I do too. Do you think it works better when it's more like a Montessori type of setting where they have, like, let's say this school they have 4 stations, math over here, because kids are not just sitting there all day staring at the board.
But see, that I think.
So I'm kinesthetic. I move a lot.
Okay.
And kids do too.
Yeah.
And I was so excited to get preschool this year because last year I did 2nd grade. I'm also a mathematician, so I love math. I'm big on math, and my brain just thinks in numbers and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So, me moving a lot, I dance, I teach dance, and the kids, I'm always moving because we need hands-on and we need things to do.
Right.
So, when you talk about action, I played a lot of sports and different stuff too. So that's what I was like, when you talk about action, and you kind of talked about it too, the non-activity of it all. That we've been having these same conversations for the longest.
Yeah.
I went to U of M, I was on the Black Student Union, and I've been talking about civil rights, and I was a union rep for my school, and I'm like, power to the people, and just like trying to make a thing happen. But it's just always some foolishness. And sometimes I say fuckery. So it's just always something that ain't right. And so I enjoy listening to Brother Monte because he's about the action.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing this. And I'm like, oh, dope, cool, straight.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't want to come in here today because I was like, well, I'm going to let him go ahead and do his thing. I'm going to sit out in the car and be quiet and let him do his own little thing. I ain't going to bother nobody. And then I was like, oh, I was invited to the conversation.
So let me ask you this.
You gotta get dirty, otherwise you
You've
have to
been
get
a teacher,
on.
right? Because see, when I was in prison, right, I was in this group. Oftentimes I would get put in the positions where I had to do certain stuff that I didn't want to do. And one of them was when I was a commander. In order for people to join the group, you got to go over the people file, precincts, investigation report, all that kind of stuff. So I knew stuff about people that everybody else didn't know.
Okay.
And in your conversation, I heard some stuff that I can guarantee that other people at the table didn't hear. You know what I mean? Because I'm accustomed to listening. That's why I asked you about, as you noticing something, a trend or something that's going on with the kids at home. You know what I mean? Can you tell if there's a single parent home? Can you know what I mean? Because in that field,
even with my 2-parent homes, I have a 2-parent home. They have 7 children.
8 diminished. 2 parents home diminished.
Dad's working a lot. He's a professional chef.
Mm-hmm.
But mom came to me about, both mom and dad came recently, that they felt like their daughter was being bullied. And I was married for 20 years, and just out of my experience, I would have never approached a teacher like that.
Right.
Period. It's just unprofessional. But this is who they are, and this is how
you mean bullied by
came
you?
to me. No, by another student. And so my reaction, like one of the things that I teach and that I believe, because I tend to teach what I believe, to be honest, is if somebody does something wrong to you, you should go to that person first. Do not come to me and tell me anything unless you address that person first. I don't want it to be gossip, And so I always teach my children, they say, oh, so-and-so did this to me. Did you talk to them? Go talk to them. Go have a conversation with them. Because a lot of times, just that communication, and like how you said, the Greenwood type of communication, that small communication can resolve the issue. so-and-so goes over there and say, hey, you bumped me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's over. You didn't need me to hear that.
Yep. It could
You
be just that
resolved it on
simple.
your own. Now, more, if they didn't say sorry, come back and let me know. And then I'm going to step in, and I always do. I always tell my parents, there's nothing that goes down in this room that I don't know about. If your child, that's my baby. Your child is my baby. And I'm going to handle it.
All right, I got one more question before I say let's get out of here. If y'all, you being in the educational field,
Mm-hmm.
and like I know where you was going with that. The school system is almost set up like a prison system, a pipeline to the prison system.
Yes, that's what it's been called.
So I think my question now is, do you think that we should reach out to the parents? Think the school system and us and everybody else should reach out to the parents, because you know, like I know, that your first teachings come from home.
Absolutely.
And if the parents is at home on drugs, if the parents is at home, like, do you think that's a viable strategy?
I do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they're your partner.
Yeah.
I've shared this with my students over and over.
Build that bridge.
I teach you at school. Your parent teaches you at home.
Right.
You get 100%.
Right.
I teach you at school. Your parent teaches you nothing at home.
50%.
You can't even do what I even taught you at school.
The goal is 50 books.
So.
And it's every time. I've seen it bulletproof. I mean, it is what it is. That child can't even retain what I'm teaching them in school, because there's no connection with at home.
You see what I'm saying?
And myself, as a student, as a person who's from Detroit, I'll just tell you, I grew up in the hood, and my whole kindergarten year, I don't remember a doggone thing. I don't remember a letter, I don't remember a sound, I don't remember a number. All I remember is we lived off the 75, and we had to cross this big old bridge, and when we got to the bridge, then you had to go about 6 blocks down, and we passed a bunch of dogs that were barking and yelling, and my brother, who was 2 years older than me, he was always trying to protect us. I was hungry, my mom, my hair didn't look so cute, my grandma had little plaits in my hair, I was dusty, we were poor, and I don't remember anything about school.
Yeah.
So unless they call it Maslow's hierarchy, unless your physical needs are met, emotional needs are met, that student can't perform. If they can't go to school. If they're hungry, they can't concentrate. If they're unloved, they're gonna act out because they want your attention. And a whole bunch of other stuff.
So they're not getting love from at home just because.
A lot of them aren't getting love.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get love, but I'm just saying, just because they're not getting love at home, can we reverse that? Can we fix that?
You can, and that's what I call my front loader. So with my guy who was 2 when his mom passed, what I did with him, I gave him a note almost. Good evening, man. Thank you. I gave him a note almost every day this week, and I praised him over and over again. He didn't have a perfect day every day, but it was so much better than what it had been. In comparison, I praised the heck out of him this week. And I kept telling him, you're so smart, you're so good looking, you're so cute. All those things that all he's hearing at home, and the reason I know he's hearing these things because this is when he came back to class and said, they said I was a loser.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? You're not a loser. You are super smart. I'm so proud of you. Did you see the way you did your name? You counted for me. You added 3 + 4 was 7. I'm so proud of you. Give me a hug. I keep giving him hugs because I know at home, and in the classroom, he had started lashing out about 2 to 3 weeks ago. He had started hitting other students. He punched my autistic girl in his stomach, and that's a whole nother story. He hit another boy. And so him lashing out at other students and hitting them and physically beating them, I had a conversation, and he was mad about it at first. I want to talk to you. I need you in control, first of all. School is a safe place. Nobody's going to hit you here. I'm not going to hit you. Your friends aren't going to hit you. School is a safe place. I need you to know that. And I kept reiterating. And he was like, you can just see the weight lifted off of him. Because at home, he's constantly getting beat. They're telling him he's bad. they're like mad at him maybe because he told me he spilled some milk at home or something. He was like, they whooped me because I had dropped my milk or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not gonna whoop you here. It's okay to drop your milk. We make mistakes. And that's a bigger picture. We make mistakes. Me, what you talking about being in prison, right now I'm managing my own emotions. I had two brothers that had gotten into a fight, and my one brother stabbed my other brother to death. And so I'm number 6 out of 7, that's what I like to say on the baby side. And my number 5 brother, who was 2 years older than me, he's the one who perished. And so it's just been difficult for all of my siblings and myself, but for myself especially, because my brother who passed, he was telling my other brother, he has schizophrenia paranoia. He was telling him to take his medicine. And we often talked about it, that us on the younger side have been taking care of him for many years, and the people our siblings on the older side